Greetings, YouTubers! My name is Brandy, and you're watching another episode of Baking by Brandy. So the first thing we always want to do is make sure we have clean hands and a clean table surface. And I'm going to show you my new ingredients that we're doing. Actually, today what we're making is a milk chocolate mousse. So you want milk chocolate. I have milk chocolate chips. And then we have 3 eggs, a cup of whipping cream, vanilla, and whole milk. Then we have some of our wired. We have our hard equipment here. We have a bowl. We have a quarter or a half teaspoon, 3/4 cup, 2 cup, and then the 1/3 cup. Now, originally we're supposed to use a double boiler or a metal bowl over simmering water. Well, I don't have none of those to melt the chocolate. So what we're going to do is a rice cooker, of all things. We're going to try that and see what happens. And here I have 2 cups of chocolate, milk sweet chocolate. We're going to put that in, as well as a 1/3 cup of chocolate. And we're going to see if this actually works, because again, I don't have a double boiler, so we're going to see if this works. And then we're going to just kind of leave it on warm and see if this is going to actually melt. It looks like it already is sort of melting a little bit on the bottom. So we'll see what happens. This only has 2 settings, cook or warm. So we want to keep a good eye on this as it does its thing. So while this is melting, I'm going to get the milk and the eggs done. Did I just say cooking? I meant melting. We're going to do that. We're going to come over here. We have 3/4 cup of milk and a little saucepan. And this is why you always need to read the directions, because I didn't know I needed a saucepan. We're going to put that in there and put this on low heat until it simmers. And while it's doing that, we'll mess with the eggs. We have 3 eggs, and we need to get the yolks out and use the yolks instead of the whites. And you notice I didn't do that right. Oh no. So we're going to throw this one away and try doing another egg. You need 3 eggs, so I got 1 more to use. Let's try this again. That did not work the first time. There we go. This is a little more what you're looking for. So you're looking just for the yolk. Just kind of make it go back and forth, try to get as much of the white out as possible. And if you want, you can use the whites to make a nice healthy snack. Or breakfast. Whatever your pleasure is. Sometimes the little tail does not like coming off. Or you could just be good to go and just try to pull it off. Just like that. There. So there we go. We have 1 yolk. And I'm going to do that with the other 3. Or the other 2, actually. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to whisk these up to kind of mix them up a little bit. Nice and creamy. We're making a custard for it is what we're doing. For our mousse. I think that looks pretty smooth to me. And then we're going to do a 2-fold process. We're going to make sure our milk is just hot, not boiling, but at a simmer. That didn't work, but yeah, we're going to make sure it's at a simmer and it's not too hot. Because if it's too hot, it's going to curdle the eggs, and we really don't want to do that. We're going to slowly add the hot milk to the eggs. which in this case I probably needed a bigger bowl. I'm going to get one. And then we're going to add all that back to the pan, I believe. We'll see what happens. We're going to put the hot milk slowly into the egg, because we don't want the egg to cook, really. And then we're just going to mix this in. And then we're going to put this back into the saucepan to let it basically simmer over low heat for about 6 to 10 minutes to make the custard. Just make sure I got all that there. Looks like I spilled a little, but that's okay. As you can see, the egg really has not started cooking, so that's good. We didn't want it to cook to begin with, because then you just have scrambled eggs inside of milk. You don't want that. Okay, we're going to go ahead and put this back in the saucepan. We're going to go cook it for about 6 to 7 minutes on low heat. Okay, so theoretically we were supposed to pour the chocolate into the saucepan with the vanilla. Unfortunately, I didn't think the saucepan was going to be big enough to hold the chocolate, so I'm going to flip it. I'm going to put the vanilla in the chocolate first and then put the custard into the chocolate. Mix it all up, and then we're going to have to chill it after it cools for 10 minutes after it cools, and then after that it's going to chill for about 40 minutes before we can do the rest of it. So we'll see what happens. Here's the vanilla. Ding! I think it's done. There we go. Put that in there. I haven't said this video yet, so I'm going to say it now. Whenever you are done with something, please put it away so you don't have a mess to clean up after. And clean up the messes you do make in the process, so again, it's not so bad. So that's a whisk. Now normally I'm actually a right-hand person, so doing it this way is a little difficult for me, but I'm going to do it anyway. I'm just going to pour that in there, and then we're going to whisk it all together. And let's see what it looks like. It didn't say to slowly do it, but I'm just pouring it all in here, and then we're just going to whisk it all together. As always, the recipe and the link where I found this recipe is all going to be in the description below. Yeah, the whisk is the whisk is like, what the crap are you doing to me? It's clumping up a little. We just want to get this all incorporated, all nice and smooth. So far it's starting to kind of turn into maybe chocolate mousse. We'll see, like a chocolate custard or something. And just for anybody who's wondering, yes, the rice cooker will actually just melt the chocolate for you as you're preparing everything else. It's taken me a few minutes to go ahead and whisk this all together, but as you can see, it's actually very nice and smooth. Kind of the consistency I think that we want. This is my first time making this, so we'll see what happens. You guys are with me and wondering if I make mistakes or if I don't make mistakes. So we're going to let this cool for about 10 minutes and then pop it in the fridge for about 40. Let it chill, and then beat the whipping cream and then incorporate this stuff. So we'll see what happens after that. Okay, so it's been 40 minutes. We're going to see how our little chocolate mixture turned out. It looks pretty good. It's just smooth. As it's going from side to side, it's fine. We're going to use this in with our whipping cream. But first we need to make sure this gets nice and fluffy. So we're going to try that out. We're going to put this in a bowl and put it on medium-high speed, I think? Yeah, medium-high speed. Like that, with a hand mixer until it is basically forming peaks. Not quite, but I think it's right where it needs to be. But yeah, and as you can see, the liquid actually turned really fluffy. Alright, let's see what I get. Well, really can't see the peaks, but it looks like cream. So we're going to mess with that. We gotta get the spoons out here. Or beaters. Got a little music going there. I'm going to set those out to the side. And we're going to gently fold in our chocolate mixture into our cream mixture. And we'll see what happens. You can pour all of it on top first and then fold it all in. So I have a spatula going on here. Get all the nice chocolatey goodness. Kind of has like a pudding consistency at the moment. It's going to change when we incorporate this whipping cream into it. Try to get as much of it out as you possibly can. Just smells so good. Wish you guys could smell it right now. Now my cameraman's like, oh my god, I can't wait to eat this.
Someday they'll invent smell-o-vision and it will be a glorious thing.
Speaking of cameraman, T Ravlogs, one of my good buddies, is actually filming this for me. And he's going to do a review on a dessert that I'm going to be making with this mousse. What did we decide we were going to call it?
Chocolate Lover's Dream, I think.
Yes, chocolate Lover's Dream, because this is going to be the milk chocolate mousse. And then it's going to have white chocolate cake on the bottom with shavings of semi-sweet chocolate. So this is the mousse part. So we're going to take it, we're going to fold it in. Just take it and fold it in. We're not stirring, because you don't want to stir it and then you lose all the fluffiness. We're just going to incorporate all of this. I don't know about you, but it looks like mousse to me. We're going there.
It's getting nice and fluffy.
Alright, so here's our mousse. I just wanted to keep folding it until most of the chocolate's been incorporated. Every once in a while I'll see ribbons of it, but it's really not that bad. You can make this a day ahead of time if you want, if you have a party or something and you just want to make something like put some mousse in a cup or something for people. But since I'm making this with cake, I'm going to make the white chocolate cake later and put that on top of the white chocolate cake with semi-sweet chocolate shavings. So yes, Chocolate Lover's Dream is pretty much what this is. This you can, like I said, make it up to a day in advance and then you can just stick it in the fridge and chill it. I don't know about you though, I think it looks pretty good for homemade. Everything
Pretty darn
homemade.
delicious.
Yeah, everything homemade tastes good. So there you have it, that's how you make chocolate mousse from scratch. I'll see you guys next time. Happy baking.